What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We are live from Impact Gaming Center, coming to you from the fabulous Fairview Heights, Illinois. I am Les Alex. I am so stoked to be bringing you some modern action with our FNM. We got modern 4 rounds. It's going to be a blasty blast. Thank you all so much for joining us. We have a brand new setup here to check this out. We're calling it the Impact Zone. Let's go. This is an incredible rig that we have now here at Impact, and wow, just excellent stuff. But thank you all so much for joining us. If you're watching live, make sure to follow here on Twitch. Otherwise, you can, of course, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you don't miss out on content like this. And if you don't mind, hit up impactgamingcenter.gg for all your Magic the Gathering and TCG needs. But yeah, thank y'all so much. All righty, we are off to the races here. All right. Targets himself with the bobble. But yeah, Keegan recently won one of our RCQs in Modern with a very similar list. I don't know exactly what his list is tonight, but he has switched it up just a little bit. We're going to have a crack of the fetch. So we'll go down to 19. All right, well, sorry about your ears. My ears are toast after that, too. I apologize. I'm trying to get the table mic working, and for whatever reason, it is just not happening. We'll address that in the next round. That being said, though, we are going to proceed. And this is an Underworld cookbook. Yes, Nick is playing Dimir Frog-Sieve, so we are playing some really spicy stuff here. Hey, what's up? How's it going? How's it going, Maverick? Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Gonna have a Psychic Frog inbound. And a bobble here. Gonna take a look at Keegan's cards and back to Keegan. So Keegan's got the medallion. What can he do? Does Nick have a Force of Negation or any free counter magic? That is a huge question. Noticeably, though, Nick is not playing, does not have, rather, 2 blue mana. So even if he has a counter spell, obviously not going to be able to deploy that at this point. All right, looks like it might be time to go. Here we go. Gonna resolve Ral, and that is a Past in Flames, I do believe. And now Keegan going to ponder what he wants to do next. All right, Flame of Anor going to attempt to take down the frog, and Nick says, yeah, that's fine. And a pass back to Nick. All right, let's see what we have in store this turn. Yo, what's up, Mike? I gotcha. You guys got a RCQ that you're playing in or something? If so, good luck. Michael Synth Gardens here for Nick. Of course, this is the fairly new. I mean, it's like a year and a half old, but fairly new to Modern land that can become a copy of any artifact that you control. So pretty powerful, especially in a deck like Dimir Frog-Sieve. Here's another. And we have some action here. Here's the frog. I'm sorry, the turtle. Similar but different. All right, pass back. See what Keegan has. Drew, I believe, a Ral there. He is needing some lands, I do believe, though. Let's see, does Keegan have a land in his hand? I can't quite see it. First things first, Reckless Impulse. Storm count 1. Land. Land. Ooh, well, probably do want the Surveil here, but depending on what's in his hand, he might take the mountain, and he elects to take the mountain. 2 Slaughter. Nice. Well, good luck, guys. So since he took the land, I'm assuming we're probably trying to do it here. Probably needing some kind of mana maker. Well, there is a mana maker in the way of Mana Morphos. So that will net him 1 mana. Three storm, 1 red. Gonna use this Wren's Resolve. And there's a Pyretic Ritual. That's what we needed to hit. 5 storm, 3 red still. Gonna go for a Ral. 4 storm, 2 red. And now things kind of get a little dangerous. Just a little bit dangerous. I'm going to cast Past in Flames. And will this resolve? We got to roll. 6. He'll take a point. Cannot flip. But he's going to have a lot more cracks at flipping this round now that he has... Oh. Oh, okay. He was going for broke there. I see, said the blind man. Yeah, unfortunately, I guess he ran out of mana. And he wanted to get that Past in Flames into the bin. But Nick is going to get another turn yet. Definitely a blessing here for Nick, because that turn was not guaranteed. But now can Nick do anything? Obviously, he could attack for, at this point, 5 damage. I doubt Keegan would want to trade his Ral for 5 points of damage at this point in the game. I see an Emery, I see a land, and I don't quite know what that third card is in Nick's hand. Might be starting with an Emery, depending on how Nick wants to attack this turn. First things first, let's get into the red zone. Keegan going to read. I hear Keegan says, I'll take 5. All right, so since Keegan took a look, we'll take a look. Here's Kappa Cannoneer, 6 mana, improvise as Ward 4. And whenever Kappa Cannoneer or another artifact enters the battlefield, you put a +1/+1 counter on it, and it can't be blocked. Well, so obviously when I said didn't want to block, it didn't matter. Or, well, yeah, I guess it did because he hadn't played a artifact yet. All right, so follow-up play, there is the Emery, Lurker of the Lock. All right, Nick going to fetch down to 17 here. But yeah, we are really excited about our brand new. Look at this. I can do this mid-play. This is so cool. As the players shuffle, I promise nothing crazy is happening on screen. Just some shuffling and cutting. Nick gonna take a draw step. I'm sorry, surveil. Gonna put that Tameo to the bed and nothing doing. Gonna pass back to Keegan. Can Keegan final things off? Get things polished up here. He went for broke last turn. Wasn't able to do it. He's got more mana and Ral in play. Depending on what's in his hand. Yeah, River of Tears. It's super cool, isn't it? As he shuffles, we're going to switch back to the impact zone cam. Very, very awesome. Don't worry, you're not missing anything. Alrighty. Gonna flash back past In Flames. Costing, of course, only 3 mana thanks to Ral and the Ruby Medallion. No flip. Our Keegan elects not to flip. And now we're going to basically have enough mana to do whatever the heck we want this turn. Odds. Not going to flip. What he's trying to do here is get to a point where he can generate some mana, get enough storm count up, flip Ral, and be able to just ultimate him. Loses the flip down to 11. There is a world where he just kills himself, of course. This Ruby Storm deck is not as deterministic as the Izzet Gift Storm list, but he hit a Desperate Ritual, which will start a brand new graveyard for Keegan here. Just needing to hit some mana. Mana positive cards, which all of these are at this point, thanks to Medallion and Ral. Down to 9. 5 Storm, 5 red mana in the pool. Draws off of Manamorphose. Now we get to start firing off these Rin's Resolves and Reckless Impulses. Flame of Venor, the card in one of the cards in Keegan's hand. So Flame of Venor, obviously he has a wizard in play. Gonna deal 5 to Kappa Cannoneer, and I assume draw 2 cards. Roll for Ral. It's even, so he'll take a point of damage. Not able to flip Ral. So they're calling for a judge. I think they're expecting me. Hang tight, folks. We're going to switch to this cam, and I'm going to go out there and check. Alrighty, they are out there discussing exactly how and what is happening. All right. So basically, Keegan goofed. He decided he didn't want to pay the ward, which means it's countered. Who broke magic? Keegan did, essentially. All right, I think he's still in decent shape here. Take a damage, oh no. Rin's Resolve? Needs to flip here. All right, he is going to flip. All right, he's going to exile the top 10. So now he'll be able to cast all of these with for free, and Nick is going to call it. So not without, you know, some a judge call and all sorts of stuff. But Keegan will take game number 1 here in the Impact Zone. Thank you all so much for joining us. Hello. Hi. I'm Alex. Welcome on in. Impact Gaming Center. Thank you all so much for joining us. I do not have deck lists. Please do not comment if you watch this on YouTube. Deck list question mark? Because we don't have them. It's Friday Night Magic. These guys are just hanging out, playing, having a good time. We don't want to be, you know, too intrusive and ask everybody for deck lists just to be able to play on feature match. So we don't. But yeah, Keegan going to take game number 1 here in the feature match area. And again, let's just show off this brand new camera. It is pretty dope. Look at that. Look at that. As these players are set to play game number 2. Of course, Nick is going to try and rebound and force a game 3. Will he be able to? That is to be decided. But yeah, we've got a ton of Magic players here, a ton of people playing Commander. We actually have quite a few. And let me see. I'm going to try and turn this camera. Nope, not that camera. Whoops. This camera. Yeah. Look at that. We got some Warhammer players over here. Look how big the space is. And there's a whole nother half, maybe even 2/3 of space. But we got some Warhammer gamers. Got some people looking like they're trading maybe, of course. And then we've got some Commander players. But yeah, it's actually a pretty light night here for us tonight. We only have, I think, 10 Modern players. Usually we're approaching the 25-30 mark. Tonight we only have 10. So, but regardless, it's all good. Everybody's gaming, having fun. But yeah, as these guys get set to start game 2, let's kick it back down to the battlefield. And Keegan is up a game here, heading into game 2 with Ruby Storm over Nick on Dimir Frog-Sieve. Quite a pretty fun deck as they reset the life totals. Yeah, big space. Big space. And I'm glad that we have that camera to be able to show off to folks, because we weren't able to. We're trying to add another camera as well to show off the entire space. And then we're going to have one that is called Jeff Cam. That way we can have eyes on Jeff anytime the fine folks want it. Alrighty, here we go. Game 2, round 1. Keegan up a game. Let me zoom in just a smidge since we don't have any storm being tracked just yet. Looks like Nick's going to keep. Looks like Keegan is going to keep, and we are off to the races. 18. And there's a cookbook. Back to Keegan. Let's see what is in store for him. I think he's got a Thundering Falls. That'd be a good play on turn 1. Going to take a Surveil. Put it to the bin. Manamorphose. So likely that means that Keegan has a lot of mana in his hand. Probably trying to find a reducer maybe. Or maybe an action spell. We shall see. Unearth Academy Manufacturer. That's pretty good. We're going to make one of all the trinkets. Discarding the oval chase. Yeah, it's not quite an absolute combo here, but Nick is able to discard the Daredevil and return it. So as long as he has untapped cookbooks, he can keep doing this. Flooded or polluted Delta there. And pass back. Pretty darn good turn there for Nick. Let's see what Keegan's turn has in store. Scalding Tarn cracked. Gonna drop down to 19. 19-18 is the score. What are we fetching? Gonna be a mountain. And are we storming? I'm gonna zoom out if we're starting to storm. All right, there is Reckless Impulse. Medallion and a Woody Footy. Into the turn, though, Nick is going to fetch down to 17. But Keegan found his Ruby Medallion, and that could be huge. Nick needs to probably finish this game off. Otherwise, Keegan's probably off to the races, depending on what's in his hand. Obviously, I don't have a perfect hand cam. That will be maybe next. Maybe we might do a hand cam. I don't know. But as we shuffle... All right. Gonna surveil off of the Undercity sewers. Really in the tank here, trying to decide what he wants to do with this card. It must be pretty decent, but at the same time, if I'm Keegan, I'm like, it must not be that great either. Gonna keep it on top, though. Gonna draw. What was it? Can't quite see. Nick flicking through those cards. Oh, was it a Kappa Cannoneer? I think it may have been. Remember that Oval Chase Daredevil is in Nick's hand as well. Really, really thinking in the tank here. I don't know Nick very well, but I will say of what I've seen of him on camera, he's going to play an Oboro. So that means Oval Chase Daredevil, Oboro, and Kappa Cannoneer are the cards in hand. We do have Kappa Cannoneer entering thanks to all these little trinkets scattered across the battlefield. Going to discard the Oval Chase, return it, put a counter. Oh yeah, a ton of counters. That's right, because he's getting 3 trinkets here. Kappa Cannoneer's nuts, especially in this deck. And he's going to discard the Daredevil yet again, growing his Kappa Cannoneer yet again. So, yeah, the Kappa Cannoneer has 7 counters on it. There's Asmo. Gonna go get another cookbook, and yeah, Nick is cooking. And there's the book. Another counter on the Cannoneer. Gonna get in there with the Academy manufacturer. First things first, gonna play that Woody Footy, fetch it up, down to 17. All right, gonna play the medallion, and here we are off to the races. Man, after an insane couple turns Nick just had, could you imagine if he just gets grape shot to death? Valakut Awakening and another Ruby medallion. Probably not the best card you want to hear. Valakut Awakening might be pretty good, but we're gonna play another ritual. Depending on what's in Keegan's hand now, might want to fire off this Valakut Awakening. That is the case. Discard 4 cards. Is it discard? Because he didn't discard those cards. Oh, to the bottom. Okay. Put him to the bottom. There is Valakut Awakening. Oh my gosh. Well, he's doing it. He drew a Past in Flames. This is pretty dangerous territory here for Nick. All he has in hand is that Oval Fleet Daredevil. Or Oval Fleet Chaser. But Keegan is showing signs of hesitation, so let's see how he wants to navigate. 3 cards left in his hand, one of which we know is a Past in Flames. Rin's Resolve. Going to 8 Storm and 4 red. Blood Moon, Ral. Okay, well, Ral's really good in this instance. Gonna cast Past in Flame first. No reason to take any extra damage. Ral does count all the instants and sorceries you cast this turn for the whole turn, not just while it was on the battlefield. So Keegan is pretty much set up here to be able to just run wild, as it were, and do whatever he wants. Now, Ral is obviously on the battlefield, so we got to start rolling these dice. All right, so Nick does have the ability to sacrifice, and yeah, I think Keegan may have forgot about the Asmo on the battlefield, but and here is Asmo on screen for you folks. Check that out. Sacrifice 2 food, deals 6 damage. In response, though, he is going to keep storming here. Make some more thanks to discarding The Daredevil. Oval Fleet Daredevil, I think that's what it's called. So the 6 damage is still on the stack, I do believe, and that's what Nick is saying. Six take a damage. Still has that trigger. Yep, no targets for the 6 damage, but did the job. Because Nick did it twice. And now we have Past in Flames that has just been cast, so... Ooh, Valakut Awakening is going to be pretty good if Keegan can draw bad cards. $15 Storm. 16 Storm now. Brotherhoods and destroy all artifacts. That's pretty good. And Nick's going to draw a card in response. Destroy all artifacts, 3 or less. And I believe he also... Let me look. Oh, and... Did he... How did he do both of them? Not sure. Chad, if you want to help me out, that would be awesome. Ren's Resolve, though. Another Ren's Resolve. Just looking for a Grape Shot or a Ral or... Oh, well, speak of the devil. There's Ral. This time we'll be on the battlefield with impunity. There's no way to kill it unless Nick has... I don't even know what he could have here. Ren's Resolve got a roll for Ral. 3, gonna flip the Ral. Transforming Ral into the Leyline Prodigy. Gonna reveal off of the Ren's Resolve. And let's zoom in. I don't know what that card is in there. Into the Flood Maw. Into the Flood Maw is new from Bloomborough. I know I've seen it before, but I forget here what it does. But here it is. Ah, okay. Okay, so Nick here is asking, do you have Grape Shot in hand? Keegan says, I have Wish. If you have Wish for Grape Shot with enough mana, I will concede, and that is exactly what happens. Congratulations, Keegan. He is going to improve to 1-0 here at Impact. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're watching on Twitch, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. I'm Les Alex. We are broadcasting to you live from Impact Gaming Center in the fabulous Fairview Heights, Illinois, located at 49 Ludwig Drive. If you're watching on Twitch, you're the real MVPs. But if you're watching on YouTube. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell icon. Set it to all so you don't miss out on content like this. I've been Les Alex. If you're watching on YouTube, watch one of these other videos. I bet you'll like them. And hit up impactgamingcenter.gg for all of your Magic the Gathering, TCG, and other gaming needs. Thank you all so much. Don't go anywhere because I have a backup match from a old video. So check that out if you're watching live. If you're not, thank you all so much. Catch you on the flippy flop. Adios.